Here's Robin. We'll see if we get a screen from her. There she is in the bottom right. Robin in the bottom right.
Would you like me to swear her, Judge? Or?
I think we need to make sure. There we go. Deputy Scott, if we could swear in the witness. Ms. Yeartie, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
All right.
Raise your right hand, ma'am. You swear affirm to the testimony you should give a court will be the truth, nothing but the truth will help you.
Yes.
Would you please state and spell your full name for the court?
Robin Latrice Yeartie.
Let's go, Robin. And we know you don't want to be here, but you got to tell the truth.
Thank you, Miss Yeartie. Thank you for being here. Can you tell the judge when you first met Miss Willis?
In college.
Okay.
So 19, probably 90 or 91.
And have you been friends since 1990 or 91?
Yes.
Okay. When was the last time you spoke with Miss Willis?
March of 2022.
What is she looking at right
From 1991-ish till 2022, what you would consider good friends with Miss Willis?
Yes.
And did you all share personal information regularly?
Yes.
And did you even come and work with her at the DA's office?
Yes.
And when she needed a place to stay, did you let her stay at your apartment? It was a condo, right?
Condo, yes.
Do you remember approximately when she moved into your condo?
It was April of 2021.
Okay, great. And you know that Miss Willis and Miss Wade met at a conference in October of 2019?
I'm going to object to that, Your Honor, without a foundation for how this witness would know that. If Ms. Merchant can establish she has personal information of that, then certainly that's something the witness can testify to. But if it's she heard
Understood,
it from
Ms. Cross. All right, Ms. Merchant, if you could lay the foundation.
Do you have information that Miss Willis and Mr. Wade met in October of 2019?
I'm going to renew my objection, Your Honor. Information is not sourced to personal information. If the question can be rephrased, then that may address my concern.
So, Judge, I just want to make sure that I understand. So they've objected to me calling Willis and Wade.
It's just a matter of foundation. If you can just rephrase.
Do you have knowledge
They want
of when Willis and Wade met?
I'm going to
It's
object
per-
again.
just say personal knowledge.
Overruled.
Thank you. Do you have personal knowledge of when Willis and Wade met?
Yes. She told me that they met at a conference.
Thank you.
I don't know what.
Okay.
I'm going to renew my objection, Your Honor. Clearly, this is not firsthand information from this witness. It's hearsay that was.
She said she told me.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's statement against interest, Judge. Miss
Well,
Willis.
Just pause.
I'm sorry.
Okay, Ms.
Yes,
Cross.
the representation of the witness, the testimony of the witness was that Ms. Willis, District Attorney Willis, had a conversation with her. There is no statement against interest. District Attorney Willis is not a party opponent in this case. The information that the witness has testified to came from Ms. Willis, and we have a hearsay objection for that.
Why wouldn't she be considered a party opponent in this context?
He's a representative of the state, Your Honor. This isn't private litigation or civil litigation. Obviously, the court's aware this is, Ms. Willis is not on trial. Ms. Willis has not party to the litigation
kinda
outside
is.
her obligation to pursue criminal charges for the state.
This is a disqualification hearing,
Ms. Merchant?
not a trial.
I guess it's evolved into a hearsay objection.
Yes, Judge. And we plan on calling Miss Willis to the stand. She's under subpoena, so hearsay will be cured. If there is a hearsay objection as far as that issue. But we do still think that it's a statement against interest. Miss Willis has filed a document that states that they met at this municipal court conference. So
Your Honor, I think maybe I can streamline a little bit. State will stipulate that District Attorney Willis and Mr. Wade met in October 2019 at the judicial conference that we've been talking about. There's no reason to get it secondhand from this witness. Well, that's true.
All right, you accept the stipulation, Ms. Merchant?
yes.
All right.
Am I permitted then to ask questions about that since it's now not hearsay?
Admitted.
If it's just to a stipulation, if it's just to that basic fact, I don't think we need a question, but if there's a follow-up that you
Okay.
think is admissible, go for it.
Miss Yeartie, you have personal knowledge that Miss Willis and Mr. Wade began their romantic relationship soon after this time that they met at the municipal court.
I'm going to object to that question. That certainly is a leading question. No foundation has been laid for how this witness would have personal knowledge of that. And until that's happened, the state objects.
They were friends since college.
I think you can do a yes or no and then follow up with how she knows it.
Thank you. Do you know if Miss Willis and Mr. Wade started dating in October of 2019?
I don't know if it was October of 2019.
Could it possibly be November of 2019?
Could possibly.
Okay. And when we spoke, you said it was shortly after the municipal court conference, though, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So you know that their relationship, their personal relationship, began shortly after this municipal court conference.
Yes.
And when I say personal, romantic. Is that,
Indictment.
I just want to make sure we don't get in an argument over what personal and romantic is later. When I ask you personal, do you take that to mean romantic?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And do you understand it that their relationship began in 2019 and continued until the last time you spoke with her?
Yes.
And you were essentially her best friend during this time, right?
There we go.
Not best friend. Good friend.
There we go.
Good friend. Okay, close friend. And
How
so
does she
would
know
you
all this?
frequently socialize with her?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And you saw her at work every day?
Yes.
So you had a chance to see them interact together on a personal level?
Yes.
Yes,
And
she
so
did.
from everything that you saw, heard, witnessed, it's your understanding that they were in a romantic relationship beginning in 2019.
Yes.
And
Ooh, before she appointed him.
when you left the DA, oh, I'm sorry, let me ask you. You said that Miss Willis came to live with you in April 1st, 2020 or 2021?
She didn't live. I never lived with her.
Okay, I'm sorry. She took over your lease in April 1st, 2020, correct?
No, 2021.
Okay, I had it both ways, so I'm glad you clarified. So when she took over your lease in April 1st, 2021, it's your understanding she moved out of the house that she was sharing with her father and started staying at the condo.
Yes,
And is it your understanding that that's because she needed to have her own space?
yes,
Can't eat a
Away
Nathan's
from her
hot
father.
dog when dad's home. Definitely don't want to do
yes.
When you left the DA's office, were
that.
you fired?
We're rolling now.
No, I resigned.
You resigned, okay.
Oh, how come?
Just one moment, sorry.
We're rolling now. So appointed him after they had already been indicting each other.
Can you tell us why you resigned the DA's office?
The number of things that was happening.
Like what?
A number of things that were happening. Is that what you said, ma'am?
Yes,
Okay. What was happening that caused you to resign?
it was a spiral of things.
Tell me more. What's going on?
I guess the last straw is I was put in a department that I knew had no knowledge about. Something happened and I didn't like it.
Yeah.
They didn't like it, and that was it.
Shout out to Robin.
Okay.
Get out of there. It's an honorable thing.
Did you have any falling outs with Miss Willis?
Well, we never spoke after that.
Wow.
You never spoke after that. Okay. And so without going into all the painstaking details, there is no doubt in your mind that from 2019 until 2022, Miss Willis and Mr. Wade were in a romantic relationship.
What's the question?
You have no doubt that their romantic relationship was in effect from 2019 until the last time you spoke with her.
No doubt.
No doubt. Boom.
And that's based on your personal observations and
Robin.
speaking with them and seeing them together and things like that.
Yes.
Amazing.
No other questions. Thank you. The other folks may have some questions for you, Ms. Yeartie.
Thank
Straight
you,
up.
Ashley. Nicely done.
If it's more than a couple questions, then sure, but if not,
It's only a couple questions.
Okay.
I think the court reporter hear me okay?
Trump attorney Stephen Saydow, I believe.
Ma'am, let me be very specific. Did you talk with Miss Willis about her romantic relationship with Mr. Wade?
Yes.
Right here.
Did Miss Willis tell you on more than one occasion that she was engaged in a romantic relationship with Mr. Wade prior to you leaving the district attorney's office?
Did she tell me or did I observe?
I'm staying right now with the tell me.
Yes.
Did
She
she
did.
tell you that in the year of 2020?
Yes.
In the year of 2021?
Boom.
Yes.
Oof.
Are you
Good.
certain that Miss Wade told you, Miss Willis told you about the romantic relationship with Mr. Wade prior to November 1st of 2021?
When the appointment happened.
Yes.
Boom.
Now, did you also have observations of Mr. Wade and Miss Willis together prior to November 1st of 2021?
Yes.
And are those observations, were those in a social setting?
Yes.
And did you observe them do things that are, say, common among people having a romantic relationship?
Like what?
Yes.
Such as, can you give us an example?
They kiss? Little kissy kissy?
Hugging, kissing,
Oh.
just affection.
Affection.
All before November 1st of 2021,
Come here, baby.
correct?
Come here, honey.
Yes.
That's all I have.
Nicely
Stocks.
done. Nicely done,
Ma'am,
Stephen.
did I understand you to say that there was a period of time when you and Miss Willis lived together?
No.
No further questions.
all right, Mr. Durham,
Nothing for me, Your Honor.
Mr.
Well
McDougal,
done.
Nothing, Your Honor.
Mr. Rice.
Morning, Ms. Yeartie. Were you aware in 2021 of any trips, social trips that Miss Willis and Mr. Wade took together?
No.
Are you aware of any social trips that Miss Willis and Mr. Wade took together in 2022?
No.
And are you aware of them in 2020 or 2021 spending the evening together overnight?
No.
No further questions.
Mr. Gillen,
No question, Your Honor.
Mr. McCullough, and Mr. Cromwell.
No questions, Your Honor.
Ms. Cross.
All right. Cross-exam by
I do have
Anna
some
Cross
questions.
for the
Thank you,
government.
Your Honor. Ms. Yeartie, we haven't met before, is that correct?
Correct.
You're able to see and hear me okay?
Yes.
All right, I want to start with a couple things. Now, I think you've made it clear that you never lived, and we'll call it the South Fulton address, the South Fulton condo that you were leasing. You never lived at that address with the District Attorney Willis, correct?
Correct.
And never at any time?
Never.
All right. You never observed or have any information about District Attorney Wade and District Attorney Willis and Nathan Wade living together, correct?
Correct.
You don't have any information about that?
No, I don't.
Anybody said that that information was sourced to you, then that's incorrect.
That's incorrect.
Did District Attorney Willis pay rent at that establishment, at that condo while she lived there and you were living elsewhere?
Yes.
Who paid the rent?
She didn't.
Nathan Wade ever pay the rent?
No.
So living together versus cohabitating.
And you never told anyone otherwise?
No.
I didn't hear your answer there, Ms. Yeartie. Did you ever tell anyone otherwise?
No.
All right. So let's talk for a second about your time at the District Attorney's office. You were disciplined several times in the District Attorney's office during your
Oh.
employment there, correct?
No.
You
No.
weren't written up ever for poor performance, Ms. Yeartie.
Once, not several.
One time you were written up for poor performance. Were you counseled several times about your performance in the District Attorney's office that was subpar?
No.
Did the District Attorney tell you that your performance was insufficient and that you were going to be fired?
No.
That never happened.
No. Maybe when we went at the end.
Fanny was disciplining her because she was
What's the
objecting.
question?
Question, Ms. Yeartie, was the District Attorney ever counsel you on your poor performance in the district attorney's office prior and inform you that you were going to be fired?
I don't really know how to answer that.
I'm looking for the truth.
I don't really know how to answer that. I mean, the situation happened. That wasn't my fault. And I either was going to resign or be let go. So,
You understood that that was the situation. You could resign or you could be let go.
correct. Yes.
You were not welcome to stay.
No.
Now they're saying she's biased, right? She's got an axe to grind against Fani and Wade.
And the conversation where you were informed that you could resign or you could be fired, that conversation was not the first conversation you had with the district attorney about your poor performance in the office, correct?
Well, it was kind of a spiral, but no.
Yeah, it was. Whatever
it
the
was.
situation was.
Excuse me.
That's a, yeah.
Questions are fine.
Understood, Mr. Saino.
Yeah, that was an
Ms. Cross.
objection. Yeah, it was. Stop
Ms.
commenting on your
Yeartie,
questions.
the circumstances of your leaving the district attorney's office ended your friendship with the district attorney Willis, correct?
Yes.
Y'all haven't spoken since.
No.
So now she's just bitter, angry. So she's making up all this stuff about their love affair.
All right, I want to talk about the representations that you made here this morning, Ms. Yeartie, about any relationship between District Attorney Willis and Mr. Wade. I wanted you to tell me what was the first time let me
She's
ask
away
it this
from the
way. You said
podium.
that District Attorney Willis personally informed you of a romantic relationship. Is that what you testified to?
Yes.
And when did that conversation that you purport to have to recall, when did that happen?
I mean, I don't have a month or a day, but
Where were you?
just talking in general.
Your Honor, we'd like to keep this witness under subpoena, but that's all the questions I have right now.
All right, thank you, Ms. Cross.
Redirect, I'm sorry.
All right, on those points only.
Yes, just those. The state asked you a lot about when you were let go, when you resigned. Did something happen as far as purchasing that you didn't feel comfortable with, purchasing things through the county from Ms. Willis that caused you to not be comfortable working there anymore?
No.
And I didn't tell you how to testify here today, though, right?
Right.
And everything you've testified to is from your personal knowledge?
Yes.
Okay. And you've told the truth here today?
Yes.
Okay. Judge, I believe she's only under my subpoena, and I'm fine releasing her from that subpoena.
Not yet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
By show of hands from other counsel, starting with Mr. Saino.
Your Honor, I believe the door has been opened now to ask this particular witness about statements that Ms. Willis made to her. She brought it up on cross-examination on a couple of occasions. Did Ms. Willis say this or inform you of that? So I'd like to now ask her questions
Let's
directly
go.
about what Ms. Willis told her about their romantic relationship.
I think we'll take those one at a time, question by question, and we can address those to see. I don't know about a complete opening of the door. We'll see where we go.
Well, I would like to
The time
know.
that you spoke to Ms. Willis about her relationship, romantic relationship with Mr. Wade. Do you happen to remember what Ms. Willis said? In essence, not word for word, but in essence, what she said.
No.
Do you remember the first time she told you, in whatever words were used, that there was a romantic relationship?
No.
Is this the kind of conversation that you had with your best friend, ongoing over a period of time in which it was common knowledge to you that there was an ongoing relationship between Ms. Willis and Mr. Wade?
What's the question?
I'll ask it again. Is the nature of your then relationship with Ms. Willis such that you were having these ongoing conversations, that is, best friend type conversations about her relationship with Mr. Wade?
I don't remember.
Without getting any further in too much detail, is there any doubt at all that Mr. Wade and Ms. Willis had a romantic relationship, as was told to you, prior to November of 2020?
She was already asked that question by Ms. Merchant,
I just didn't know whether that needed to be.
and she said no doubt. All right, any other defense counsel by show of hands? Seeing none, last recross from Ms. Cross. Anything else?
Not this time, Your Honor, but we've asked the witness remain under subpoena and subject to recall.
Judge, she's under my subpoena, and
Yeah.
I'm releasing her from my. So if they want to subpoena her, you're welcome to do so.
Ms. Cross.
Would prefer that the court keep her under subpoena. I think,
Sure.
given the representation of Ms. Merchant, given how she intends to proceed today, that this witness may need to be recalled.
All right, understood. In the interest and knowing that we may have to bring witnesses back and forth, it's in the interest of effective presentation of the evidence here. Ms. Yeartie, you are still going to remain under the auspices of your subpoena. And so please stay in touch with your attorney. We may need you to rejoin us on Zoom at some point today or tomorrow. Understood?
Okay.
All right, don't discuss your testimony with any other potential witnesses.
Well
all right?
done.